to this tutorial in which I'm going to tell you about shifting from or maybe creating a new website on Squarespace 7.1. So the version of Squarespace is out 7.1 and it's amazing. So I'm going to tell you about how we can create the account, how we can log into the account, how we can edit the pages, and how we can go through the styling with the Squarespace template. So let's start without wasting any time. So basically what we'll do is we'll first select the template. We'll click on get started. We are on the Squarespace website and we'll click on get started. As we click on get started, it loads up a few things. Basically it will ask certain questions, or maybe we can just go to the popular designs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this new design called Crosby. I'm going to preview it. I'm going to start with this design. So basically what it does is either you can create your account or either you can log in with your account. So if you don't have any account, you have to create an account. But as I already have an account, I'll just click on login. So I can simply log in. And it will load up the template which was there. So basically it will ask for certain steps like welcome to our website, and I can name the I can give the title to the website like my Squarespace website. I'll click on continue. Either we can skip those steps if we want. If we don't want to skip those steps, it gives up a brief idea about how to edit pages. How can you create the pages? How can you style the pages? All I have to do is just click on get started. So this is what I see at the moment. This is what I see at the moment. This is the template which was being loaded. It has certain things. So I'll go through each and every, you know, pages which are there, the links which are there, so that I cover each and every section which is on the left hand side. So on the pages section, basically we'll see some demo pages which are there. Something new would be there. The layout is totally changed. It's not asking for any index or certain things. It just gives you the option of the layout, or just it has done a lot of changes over here. Like, we are not able to see certain things which were previously in the previous version. So I'll cover that all. So basically on the left hand side, the second option we see is design. Under design we see a lot of options. We don't see the template thing. We do not see other things. It gives up a lot of options based upon what we want to change. So we can change the font. We can change the font, etc., colors, etc., and the browser icon which is at the top, the lock screen, the checkout page, etc. So there are a lot of things which are new over here. I'll cover them all. So under the commerce section, you know it's a brand new commerce section which is being introduced now to Squarespace. So we can either, if we want to add products, we can go with that. I think so I'll do that with another tutorial, because this might need a premium feature. So I'm not going to go with this. And then marketing is just for search engine optimization. So we can either add a promotional pop up like it would be a newsletter which should be connected to your MailChimp, or some of these are something like this. If you want this, it would be a premium feature. So announcement bar, which is at the top. So Instagram stories, this is new. So we can add Instagram stories, products on Instagram. These are a lot of new things which gives us more flexibility of using Squarespace. Now we can come to scheduling. Well, scheduling, which is, I think, so a new feature which is being introduced. So let's check. What does it say? Now scheduling, all you need to do is show up the right time. So basically, what does it say? Well, this is a new feature, I think so. It's, what does it say? Let clients book themselves while you sleep. Okay, so you can schedule things while you're asleep. So maybe uh, that way. Okay, so either it's time. It's about booking, or if you want a meeting or something like that. This is for that purpose. So it's kind of a free trial. It has different pricing, so you can check that out. So we go back to analytics. Basically, analytics is just it gives up about the shop, the details about the shop. Okay, so we click on settings. Now settings is somewhat similar to the previous one, but it might have certain differences. Like we have we can make the site availability private, password protected, and public. Language and region, that's the same. Business information, that's the same. Social links, connected account, extensions, permissions, these are all the same. Let's de- dig deep inside. We see everything is same in the settings section, so probably there might be some change in this. No, there is no change in the code. Setting section is almost the same, so like 99% same. So let's start from building up pages. So the question is, how do we build up pages in the new version? So this is demo. I'll just click on it. I'll click on it, and basically it makes it available. Previously it was a demo, but now it's active as we click on it. So let's click on let's see how we edit pages. So if we want to change the logo, etc., we click on edit at the top, and we scroll down. Let's see how it works. What does this section do? We click on this section. Okay, it loads up the setting thing. So that's thing. Okay, now I think so there is a very good thing over here. Like we have the plus sign. That means it's something similar to visual editor, in which we can add sections. If we click on plus, we would be able to add certain sections, like if we want certain layouts, we want certain gallery list. Oh wow, this is a very good section, like good change, I would say. So we can add hell lot of things here in this new section. So possibly Let's add something which is maybe a gallery or list. See, a gallery would be something like this. We have a lot of designs over here, like this is a masonry grid. This is a masonry grid. So wow, that's a lot of changes which has come to Squarespace. So images, we have different layouts we can select. Wow, these are wonderful layouts which we can select. Quote, we can have them as a quote section, we can have them in different layouts. This is a different layout. We can have text also in different layouts. So basically these are some inbuilt things which Squarespace 7.1 has introduced. So possible thing is we can add certain things as per our requirements. We have appointments. So the inner layout has definitely changed a lot. We can edit things at ease. We can add things at ease, and I think so. When we play around with this new layout, we would be able to grasp new things. We can add form. Let's see, there are how many layouts. There are a lot of layouts which we can follow with with the forms. One thing to notice is that we cannot change the template. So that's not a problem, because everything we can do, everything in every template can be done in the same layout. So that's a big change, I would say. So I'm going through each section. So the product layout is something which I think so I love. Not a big change, but we have a lot of change over here. Basically we'll have to check with the product page. That would be another video, because I'm not doing this for product. So this is not a product tutorial, I would say. So lot of changes I see. These are inbuilt layouts which we can use. uh, Social. So I'm going through each section so that you can see that what changes are there. Like under social, maybe you can add Twitter, Instagram, like this, or maybe like this, very simple. Two dates. So these are some if we want some events, calendar, charts. It gives a vast variety of layouts which was previously lacking in the previous version of Squarespace. FAQ gives us 3 to 4 layout. Location, well, location is also I think so it should give us an option for map. Perfect, it gives us an option for map. So logo wall, we can have logos, partner logos, menu. If we want some menus, okay, that's for the purpose of assigning menu card. So the another thing which has been introduced is this music part. Pricing is also cool, I think so. um, there should be a feature in which we can add pricing table. That would have been a better option, I believe. So let's begin with the adding a list. So let's add this list. Let's see how it goes. So I clicked on that list. It looks somewhat similar to this, like this. Okay. So how it's, see, every section is coming up with an option to edit. The Backend editor is somewhat similar to what it was previously. Now we can see that we can add images. This makes things pretty simple, and you can create website pretty quickly as compared to the previous version. Now you see this bubble. In this bubble, let's see what we have, what we can add. So we do have the previous basic feature which was there to add things like it was there on the previous version. So that's also a very good thing. So most of the things are something same to what we had earlier, but you know creating website now in Squarespace is pretty easy. So we have this layout. If we want to edit the image, we can click on edit image, and either we can remove this image, we can edit this image. We want to change the design of this image. We want it to like either a card, we don't want it like a card. A lot of option which was there previously in the Squarespace 7. We have the animations. Basically it's something similar to what we have earlier. So that's uh, that's it about this section. We can scroll things. So things have changed. If we want to change the header, we can click on header, and we can change the logo, etc. Okay, about from the header. We can change the layout if we want center, because that's a very good feature, I would say, because previously we had to do it with the help of coding, or we had to hire a developer for this. And that's a very cool thing, I would say, which has been introduced. So I want my logo to be central, elements which we want. So if we don't want the social link, we can remove the social link. Okay, I'm just going to go with this button. Let's see what this button does. We have this button with the link. Very cool. Now, if okay, we can remove things over here. Now, in order to save everything, we just we just have to click on save. Now, the header thing is, I think so, saved on all the pages. So anything we do on the header section would be saved on all the sections or all the pages. Anything we do on footer would be saved on all the pages. Okay, so I would say pretty cool, pretty simple. I'm using it for the first time, so I don't have I'm just a novice for 7.1 version. So you can create a website pretty quickly and stand it out based upon what you need. Whatever you do, you can simply save the changes once your work is being done. And also, let's check out other pages. For example, let's check out this contact page. Let's check out, I'll just make them all live for now so that we can test out these pages. How does a shop page look? How does a blog page look? Because I think so the journal is a blog page. So these are some common pages which we should be worrying about. Is there any change in these blog pages or not? So let's check out with the contact page. How does it look? So let's edit this contact page. I just want to add a form over here. I'll just add a layout. I want to introduce a contact form. I'll just go with this contact thing, and I'll click on this contact form. It will automatically introduce the layout. Pretty simple, pretty quick. I would say a good thing over here. Now let's see if there is any change in the inner fields. Storage is also the same. Advanced, we can still have the pop-up button if we want. Okay, so let's click on apply. So basically, you should be adding your email address. So I'll just add an email address where it should be pointing. Otherwise, the form would not be visible. Also, in case if you need any kind of help in creating your Squarespace website in Squarespace 7.1, I have my email mentioned below in the tutorial. You can go directly to that email for creating your website, or if you need any kind of help in creating the website, I'm still there, and we can discuss things about how to create the website. So if you see, there is one more thing you can, I think so, edit the background color of uh, background. You can choose the background color. Previously what we have to do is we had to create a background with the help of coding. That was pretty difficult and tiring task. Nowadays it's pretty simple now. Very good color. We can change things pretty easily. You can change the font of that particular section if you want. A good thing, I would say, a thing which makes Squarespace very simple, very easy to use. Uh, the form thing is good. I'll save this whole thing. There comes a question that how do we add slider? So I'll do it by adding a slider to this particular page only. So I had some of my clients who were worrying about how to add slider. So we just click on this plus sign wherever we want the slider to appear. So slider is basically either a gallery. If we want it as a gallery, a single gallery. So it comes up like this. Now what we can do is we can change the images over here. I'll use these default images which are there. Pretty simple. We can add a description. For example, I'll just go and add some description in this. uh, Hello world. So pretty simple. We can add the description. We can close it. We can edit this if we want. Well, it can show a slideshow complete. We can either show grid masonry, lots of option over here. Very simple. So if we want to show it as a carousel, I think so we have to follow the reel thing. So this comes up as a carousel. So we just need a slideshow simple. It will take its time. We can make it full width if we want. Lots of option over here, I would say. So I'm just gonna go with this full version. Now there are other option also, like we can introduce captions if we want, like this. I added hello world previously, so this we can add. Let's go on images. For example, I click on this image, hello world. We have on an option to add description above the image. Like, I think so we don't have that option, but probably if we study it more, I think so we should have an option, because this is a default feature which should be introduced on all the slider pages. So I think so there should be an option while we add galleries. So probably we can add arrows instead of these bullets. Captions, we can either make it autoplay. We can change the color. Well, color would be only possible. So there are two options which are coming up, like full bleed, full. So I'm just gonna. So probably there are a lot more options, I would say, over here. But I think so there is a fact that we should be having the title coming up on the slider. But I think so they might have introduced something like for that. Let's try headlines. So headlines would be image with a text standing up. We can edit them, and we can align the text, which is very good, at the bottom or either at the top, center align, based upon what image we have. So that's a very good thing, because some images do not do have certain feature that some images have a background which is either white or black at the side, and we want to arrange it on the left or right depending upon what we need. And for that we have to hire a developer. But this thing has introduced a very good thing. We can change the sizing as per our need. Pretty good, pretty simple. uh, I'm gonna remove this because it's not looking nice at all. So I'll save it. Let's go to now blog page. I'm going through some important pages only. So let's see if there is an option to edit the blog page. I'll click on edit. If we do have any option to edit the blog page, so we click on edit. So we can either have side by side blog. Let's see how it looks. Different layouts, basic grid blog. So based upon what you need, basically you can add, you can change the blog. Best Masonry Block is also introduced, because nowadays people are using Masonry Block like like the same which is in Pinterest. So what we can do over here is change the image placement. Very good. So very good things are being introduced, and the new Squarespace, I would say, is a better version of Squarespace 7, which had certain limitations, and it is overcoming those limitations as and I believe it will make things quicker for the development. You can change the background if you want, I believe. So uh, if you want, I think so there should be an option to change the background of overall website also. So most of the things uh, are being introduced in the page itself, rather than going to the style section to change things. uh, and style section is basically now being used as a general thing, like if you want to change the general layout of the website, not the general layout but the general settings, like like font size, font family. But if you want to do it separately for certain sections, you can do it from over here. Very good thing, very intelligent thing which is being introduced. So that covers up the blog section. Let's see how a single blog page looks. Do we have any option to edit that single blog? I believe yes. We have option. We can you know make things bigger, smaller, depending upon what we need. So very good, I would say. Now let's click on our story. I'm going page wise. So there's nothing much in this page. Let's go to the shop section. So I think so. I believe I need to upgrade, but still we can play around with this version of products which we have. So what we can do over here is we can either change things. Do we have any option for changing things? Yes, we do have certain option, but yeah, it looks pretty good. So not much options, I would say, but still we are somewhere in making changes. Let's go to the inner product pages. Do we have any option there? So if we want to change the layout of inner edit design, either we can change the design, either we can edit the product or we can change the design. So let's go with the design part. So we go for design part. I think so they haven't given us much option, which is only coming from the design section. uh Totally agree with this situation, because this page has a lot of things which cannot be edited. So I think so that's also a very good step, making things more uh, you know more possible for the customer, because previously there wasn't any option to change the page design, and the product page design, and now it's been introduced. So I would say it's a very intelligent, intelligently created new 7.1 version, which gives client the facility to change things from himself without even requiring the help of a developer. But still, if in case you need any help in regards to, if you want to add something in the Squarespace design, you can contact me onto my email address, which I have mentioned below in the tutorial. And in case you need any other help for shifting from Squarespace 7 to Squarespace 7.1, I can help with that. And I think so that pretty much covers everything. I can just go with the folder thing. uh, it still will have the same thing. Let's add shop, let's add our story. So let's see how it looks. It's something similar to what we had earlier, so not a big change, I would say. So if I click on, so I see this this whole thing coming up. Let's click on our story so that we can see what layout it's coming up with if we are under the folder. So no layout change, but yeah, We can even check the portfolio. So portfolio thing, I think so that was being mentioned previously. So we can add portfolio. We can check this portfolio thing. So I'm going to click on edit. So what options do we have over here? We can have it grid, fixed, overlay, hover, background. So let's have it hover fixed. Does it change anything? We we have certain options over here. So I'm just gonna go with grid overlay. Okay, so that's a very good thing. Now let's click on save. I'm just gonna check how it looks. It gives some default layout as per what page you have selected. So I'm just gonna go to the inner pages of this project. That would be a simple page, I would say. I'll click on edit, which is still a different page, and pretty simple, I would say. Still, you can add things over here. Every page has this option. So I would say everything here looks good. The new Squarespace version is pretty good, and and it's it's kind of new. So maybe we can check more things out. If I come across something new in this version, I'll post a tutorial for that. Until then, I would say that these are the only things which I saw, and we can we can play around with these things. If still you need any kind of help with the layouts, if you want some custom thing to be done on the new version or the previous version of Squarespace, I can do that for you. So thank you for this whole thank you for watching my tutorial, and I'll keep you posted with another tutorial if in case I get through any new ideas or any new things in this new version of Squarespace. I'll post a tutorial for that. If you need any kind of work, you can contact me to my email address, which is mentioned below, or you can directly send me a message in YouTube, or y- any way which you feel necessary, and we can discuss things about that. If you have Skype, you can contact me directly on Skype. So looking forward for any queries which are there, and thank you for watching this tutorial. Please do like and subscribe my video so that I can uh, post new videos, and because that gives us a courage to post new videos. Thank you so much.